Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Your time is important. Local 3 News Today has everything you need to start your busy day. What's happening now and next? The local experience and knowledge to help you prepare for the day. Accurate hour-by-hour forecasts and traffic, making your mornings easier.
If you dream of owning your own business but just don't know how to get started, or maybe you're afraid to take the risk, our next guest will encourage you to not miss out on pursuing what is still the American dream. Zachary Green created a business out of the trunk of his car and grew it to generate $30 million+ a year. Now he's written a book and travels the country to help people in their journey, and he joins us this morning. The book is called Warrior Entrepreneur: Lessons from the Battlefield to the Boardroom, and today his boardroom looks like Hilton Head, South Carolina. So good talking to you, Zachary.
So great to have me on. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I think this is such a smart thing. So you wrote the book, plenty of people have read it. The nuggets that people can use to improve their lives and their dreams come true are in there, but there's nothing like a face-to-face conversation.
Absolutely. And you know, the real principles of the book is, I think in society, we've really focused so much on comfort and having everybody have safe spaces and not be challenged. And the problem is we're putting people into the workforce here that just simply aren't ready for the rigors and challenges of not only business, but growing their own business. And what I learned was in the Marine Corps, it was the grit, the tenacity. The only way to get through those challenges is to face them head on, develop that rhino skin. Iron sharpens iron. And that's really what I learned the most about growing my business, was what I learned in the military, not what I learned in the school.
So, you know, the book, Everything I Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. Remember that one? So what are some of the takeaways then from your military experience that you credit now with your success?
So they all really come down to intangibles. It's the intangibles you can't learn at in a school. Those are things you have to go through. So for example, it's really hard to quit, it's really easy to quit, and it's really easy to give up. You can go bankrupt and open up a new business a couple of days later. What's hard is sticking it out, paying your bills, firing those people that you don't want to fire, hiring those people that cost more and make more money than you make as the CEO of your own company, because they're the right people. And what I learned in the Marine Corps is the only way to get stronger is to develop that rhino skin and go through those challenges and hardships, and then you get stronger and stronger. And that exact same thing happens in business also.
You know, Chattanooga, where we are, is a real haven for small businesses and for entrepreneurs, and that can happen for folks of any age. But it does seem like today's younger people, I'll say 25 to 35 maybe, really are gravitating more to the idea of being even a mom and pop, kind of having that side hustle, so to speak, and hoping that it will grow. Are you finding that in your travels?
Absolutely. Look, the American dream, we all talk about what the American dream is. The American dream is to be able to do whatever you want and not be held back because of the color of your skin or your last name or your religion or anything else. Our military fights every single day to make sure that we have an environment that people can achieve the American dream. This is the best time in history to be an entrepreneur, because you can come up with an idea right now, and within 5 minutes on your phone, you can develop your own website, you can start sourcing material, and you can start selling it, all within 5 or 10 minutes. That's unheard of in the history of technology. So yes, young people are certainly embracing this a lot more than you've seen in former generations.
Okay, but let me ask you something. That's interesting, because you can get on there and do it quickly, but the success does not come quickly. So finding the balance of not being impatient is going to be a challenge.
Well, I think the challenge we have in our societies is instant gratification challenge, where you see somebody start a business and all of a sudden they're riding around a Gulfstream jet and they're doing all these great things in Monaco. That's total BS. Those things don't happen. The only way to build your company of true growth is hard work. And I will tell you, those first couple of years, you're going to not make very much money. If you want to have no ceiling for the amount of money you make, you also have to be willing to have no floor also. And the challenge is most people only see the good things. They don't see all those challenges and things that happen. You know, it's 70 to 80% of businesses will fail within 10 years. And there's a reason why. It's a very, very difficult process. But if you want that opportunity, you've got to go after it and through that difficulty.
So if you get the book, I know that you're happy to go speak to people too, but if somebody reads the book and perhaps they're not currently a business owner, perhaps it's not even a dream of theirs, are the lessons in the book though still applicable to a successful life in general?
I think if I could go back, I wouldn't have named the book Warrior Entrepreneur. I think I would have done something like The Warrior's Lessons for Life. And we talk about grit, tenacity, and courage, but one of the most important things we need as both warriors, both in the battlefield and in business and in life, is serenity. And what we don't talk about is the incredible depression and suicide that occurs in the entrepreneurial world because they're lonely and they're by themselves. They don't have that team of people they can talk to, and they're probably going to fail. And when you fail as an entrepreneur, you don't just go bankrupt, you lose your identity. So I talked about the samurai who spent more time on calligraphy and the art of the tea ceremony and poetry than they did on swordsmanship. And the reason why is it helps you bring balance. And I think that's the most important thing you need as a warrior and as an entrepreneur is having balance and serenity in your life.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, if people are thinking, okay, great, I'll read the book, but I sure wish he could come and either talk to our church or talk to our business or what have you. I know you're in Hilton Head. I hope that's okay if I tell people that, so you're not too far from the Chattanooga area. Can they book you?
Absolutely. So my website's real simple. It's listentozach.com, Z-A-C-H. And I offer several different speaking engagements for churches, for organizations. And what we do is we go through the actual challenges that are encountered on the battlefield, and we talk about how we can apply those into the real world. And we specifically focus on the Battle of Gettysburg. There's so many great lessons we can learn from the Battle of Gettysburg around communication and tenacity and focus and courage and character. And I can apply those to your church, to your business, to your organization. And it's a lot of fun. I do it in a very engaging way with a lot of special effects, so it makes you feel like you're almost in the battlefield yourself.
Well, what a great conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning.
Have a great day, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You do the same. So again, the book is called The Warrior Entrepreneur, Lessons from the Battlefield to the Boardroom. His name again is Zachary Green. Listentozach.com. And a big thanks to Authority Speakers Agency for letting us snag a few minutes with him this morning. We're back in a minute.
Ascension Living provides services and amenities to our residents.
It's such a close-knit group. It's so much like family.
Why wouldn't you want to live here too? Come home to Ascension Living.
We really struggled trying to find an attorney to take my daughter's disability case. After being dropped by 2 other local attorneys, we called Warren and Griffin. Not only did they